What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Design to Ride, presented by Surf Ride Board Shops. I am your host, Tanner Waite, and today we are chatting about the new FireWire surfboards, Mann collaboration, Spun Honey. If you are looking for a high-performance board that performs really well in small waves, this is going to be something that you should look at for the rest of our summer. Even though here in Southern California it's been pumping nonstop for like a month straight, there's plenty of days where a board like this would actually be really fun because it's designed to sit in between like the Sweet Potato and the Dominator series. So it kind of bridges a really cool gap between those two. So if a Sweet Potato would be a little bit too skatey for your liking, this board solves that issue. The board we're looking at today is 5'7", 20 1/4, and 2 7/16. I'm about 5'10" and 180 pounds, and this is the board size that I would prefer. Generally speaking, I like riding boards with more foam because they just catch waves easier. We live in California, their waves aren't super powerful all the time. A little bit extra foam won't hurt. If anything, it's going to help you. So right around that like 31 liter range is where I would sit to ride a board like this, especially having an outline with the wide point a little bit further forward and just more foam underneath your chest is going to make catching waves a lot easier. But if you look at the tail and the way everything is set up, is going to allow you to be able to still set a rail after generating a bunch of speed in smaller waves. It's got really low entry rocker and a moderate amount of tail rocker, which both together work for 1, generating speed, and 2, being able to harness it. If you have a board that's super duper flat like the Sweet Potato, it's just not gonna set a rail and be able to carve in a more high performance fashion. That's why those boards generally feel a lot more skatey, especially with a wider tail. One of the really unique aspects about this board that I do like is that it's got a really dominant double concave that runs way further up the board than most grovelers that you'll see. This helps a lot with drive and just channeling the water back through the fins. A good buddy of mine, Kevin Schultz, who's been riding for FireWire for a number of years, helped Mann work on this, and he loves it. I've been surfing with him a fair amount. He's been riding it a ton and shredding on it. For a groveler, the rails are fairly pinched, which again is going to help you surf the board the way that you want after getting an exceptional amount of speed with the foam forward aspect. And having a diamond tail actually helps a little bit more with the bite for the board. It allows the board to a bit more curve going into the tail, which is going to help with your maneuvering, doing snaps, and handle just a little bit better if the waves get a little bit steeper, say the double up on the inside if you're surfing oceanside. The Spun Honey will generally come in FireWire's helium construction. It's exceptionally light and comes with FireWire's known durability. These do dent a little bit more than the regular FireWires, but you do get a serious performance boost from that. A lot more spring and bounce. If I were to surf this board on a regular basis, I'd look at surfing waves like the Oceanside Harbor, like Pipes, Seaside, something that's small and fun and punchy. You could even take it to smaller trestles, anything under chest high. I think this board would do really well. But with that being said, I would leave this board to the upper level intermediate to advanced and expert surfers just because it's got a lot of attributes that you'll find in a high performance shortboard shoved into a groveler. So it's not going to be as forgiving as something like a Sweet Potato. So if you're looking in that, beginner intermediate range, maybe look more towards a board like that, or a mid-length or flow egg. I'll attach a couple of videos up here that I would recommend you guys watch. But overall, this is a great addition to any intermediate to advanced surfer's quiver, where they're kind of looking to fill that gap between like a super groveler, if you have a really thick fish, or just something that's really short and squatty, and a high performance shortboard. That's where I would have this for the days where I feel like my twin fin isn't going to perform exactly the way that I want it to, and I don't want to ride a high performance shortboard. It's fun, fast, light, and really solid. As for fins for this board, I would recommend running it as either a quad or a thruster. You can get some trailer fins for both of these sets, or I believe they do come in a 5-fin set. I'd either go with the neutral template or the rake template from Futures. The rake template fits you really well, and this is my favorite template that I use from Futures pretty much every day. If you surf a little bit more drawn out, you want to focus more on flow rather than really quick snaps, and then you can move to the neutral template if you feel like the rake template is a little bit too stiff. So I like having a little bit of a stiffer board, especially in a groveler, because I feel like I have a little bit more control. But if you are really quick and light on your feet, something like a neutral template or a more upright template would serve you super well. If you guys have the Spun Honey, already. Let me know what you think of it in the comments, where you surf it, what kind of waves you surf it, and let me know what boards we should be reviewing next. Thanks for watching another episode of Design to Ride, and we'll see you in the next one.